What's up, guys? If you happen to be wondering, Mr. Scheider got a cool new jacket, you would be correct. Thanks for noticing, guys. You're so sweet. Anyway, today, multiplication overhaul. I found out that we're just not as good at multiplication as I thought we were. So we're going to spend some time shoring up these skills and abilities, and hopefully it'll help us as we move into seventh grade next year because we're lacking a little bit here. So we're going to take some time to practice that. Today, multi-digit multiplication on paper. I'm going to require that for those of you at home, and you'll see how here in just a second. But let's go ahead and go through a few practice problems. What I would love for you guys to do is go and just jot them down on a piece of paper. Just doesn't have to be perfect. Just write it down and then follow along with me here. The first problem I have here is 139 times 3. Okay, and the way we multiply with multi-digit multiplication is we take set them up like this, and then we take the bottom number here, and we multiply this digit times each digit up here. Okay, and it looks like this. The first thing we'll do is 3 times 9. Okay, and what this does is it helps us multiply because if we know our math facts, then we can just move one piece at a time. So we first do 3 times 9. Okay, these two numbers right here, and that's 27. So when we go down and put a number here in our answer, you can only place one digit at a time, right? You can't put a 27 in one place. So we'll put the 7 here, and we'll actually carry the 2 from the 27 up here to the next row. Now what we'll do is continue to multiply, right? So we just continue, we go back, and we're going to do 3 times 3 now. So we did 3 times 9. Now we do 3 times 3. And 3 times 3 is 9, but since we carried this 2 up here, we got to add that to it. So 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 more is 11. So we're going to do the same exact process we did with the 27. Since it's 11, we'll put a 1 here, down underneath the 3 that we multiply by, and we'll carry the other one up here. And then finally, we multiply the 3 times the 1. And 3 times 1 is 3, plus our extra 1 up here, it makes 4, for an answer of 417. Okay, so now that's just multiplying if you have one digit down here on the bottom. So what does that look like if we have two digits? What if we're multiplying by a two-digit number, 21 times 35? Well, very similar. We're just going to start off the process. We're just going to start off with the 5 here and just multiply by every digit up top like we did the last one. 5 times 1 is 5. And there's nothing to carry over there. That's kind of nice. But 5 times 2 is 10. So you place your 0, and you would think, well, you carry the 1, but since there's nothing else to multiply by over here, we can go ahead and just put our 10 right here to make that 1 a 5. After that, what we do is since we've multiplied by the 5, we're moving to the 3. Now, if you'll notice, the 3 is in the tens place, which means we have to account for that when we go down and multiply all this up here by a 3 by putting a 0 down here. Because we're not really multiplying, if you think about it, that's kind of 35, so that's really a 30 instead of a 3. So we have to account for that by putting a 0 here. And now we'll just multiply through by the 3. 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 times 2 is 6. And then in order to get the answer to this problem, all you have to do is add these two numbers together, where you multiply the 5 by the 21 and the 3 by the 21. You add these up, and you should get your answer of 735. Okay, now there's one more example here where what if it is a 3-digit number? Well, the process does not change at all. We're going to continue to follow the same process here, except there's going to be a third row of numbers. So we're first going to multiply through by the 4. 4 times 3, 4 times 1, and 4 times 2. Okay, so 4 times 3 is 12. Put our 2 here. We'll carry our 1. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 4 times 2 is 8. So we've multiplied through by the 4. Okay, next we move on to the next digit, which would be another 4. So we place our 0, because remember, we're moving over a spot, so we place a placeholder 0. And we continue the same process. 4 times 3 is 12, carry a 1. 4 times 1 plus 1 is 5, and 4 times 2 is 8. Now, we have one more digit to go. And because we are now 3 digits over, right, we're in the hundreds place, then there are 2 spaces here that need to be accounted for. So we need to put 2 zeros now. Every row down you go, you have to add another 0 because you're moving over a spot. So now we multiply through by the 1. 1 times 3 is 3, 1 times 1 is 1, and 1 times 2 is 2. And then you will add all these numbers up to get your answer of what 213 times 144 is, which would be 7. It is 16, 2, would be 30,672. And that's your crash course on multiplying multi-digit numbers. And you can go back through and watch any of those 3 examples to help you solve the problems on your homework. But this is what your homework looks like today. You will have problems that look like this. I know that it's really easy to use a calculator to get the answer to these problems. So it's not the answer to the problem that I'm really looking for. It's the missing number in the algorithm here. So you will actually have to solve it on paper to get the number that I'm asking for. This number will change. It could be any one of the numbers down in here. I will ask you to tell me what that number is. And I will ask you to obviously give me the answer to the question, but you will need to find that missing number. So for example, on this one, if you were to multiply through, 8 times 0 is 0, and 8 times 3 is 24. So you would know a 4 would go here and a 2 would go in that box. And then obviously you place your 0, and then 1 times 0 is 0, and 1 times 3 is 3. And then your answer to this question would be 2. Okay, so you're going to have to find the missing number in those. If you guys got any questions, please let me know. Try to catch me in class if you can, or emailing me is the best way, and I can either send you a quick picture or a quick video to try and answer your question. Have a good day, guys.